Okay, I want to do something a little different today. Something I ain't done in a while. I want to talk about at this very moment, because this could change. Keep in mind, when I make these videos, things can change. Um, so yeah, keep that in mind. Because there's been so many times that I've made a video and said a statement, and then like 6 months down the line, it's changed. Because I found something better. But at this very moment in time, this is by far my absolute favorite beard bar, beard shampoo, beard wash, whatever you want to call it. Um, Now it's advertised, I think, is more like a body wash soap it's just a bar soap, but I think it's more or less. I mean, it says on the box face, body, and hair, but I don't personally feel like they advertise it as like a beard wash. Um, But the reason I'm even mentioning is that I found out about it through one of the guys that was, I forget what it's called, but it's a beard competition that happens every year. Um, if you're into beards and stuff, and you've seen the competitions where the dudes do the mustache and the huge beards and all that and stuff, I think at one point in time they sponsored it, and I remember, if you look it up on YouTube, I'm sure you'll find it. There's actually a guy with a huge beard that said this was his secret weapon, that this was all he uses. And if you still can't tell what it is, it's the Grandpa Soap Company Original Wonder Soap, Pine Tar Soap. So if you want to find this, just look up Grandpa Pine Tar Soap. I get it personally from their website because Amazon is what it is. To my knowledge, they have two different sizes. This one is, I think, their bigger size, which is 4.25 ounces. Not sure what the other one is. But yeah, it's the size of this box. So I'd show it to you, but it's in my shower. Yeah, about 2/3 gone. So all I got is the box left. But this is probably like my fourth bar over the years. I just always end up coming back to it. If you don't know anything about Pine Tar soap, here's a funny little story. So I've been doing reviews for probably 10 or so years at this point. Not on here, but like I've had multiple other channels, and then just through stuff happening, I just kind of stopped. Like, for instance, I used to only do beard product reviews, and then I was in the flood that y'all know about, and then I lost the channel because I lost my phone and wasn't able to get back into that channel. And then years went by, and I started something else. And then I started this channel. And then after this channel, I started another channel. And then I came back to this channel. But yeah, through me having that original beard channel, I did a review for a company called Mountaineer Brand, I think it's called. Or Mountaineer something. And they sent me some products to review originally. And one of which was a Pine Tar beard balm. And up until that point, I'd never even heard of Pine Tar. Lip skin. Up until that point, I'd never even heard of Pine Tar. And then, upon even receiving that product, I thought it smelled disgusting. Now, keep in mind, I'd never heard of Pine Tar, didn't know what Pine Tar was. All I know was this dude sent me some products to review, and the balm that was Pine Tar was like a greenish brown. It was just a very ugly color. Kind of almost looked like mud or putty or something. And I'm just sitting here thinking, like, I can't honestly review this product, because if I do, I'm just going to straight up bash them. So I messaged him and reached out and just told him straight up, like, I can't review this because I don't want to openly bash you on the internet. He's like, what's the problem? And then I told him, I was like, it stings. I don't like it. And he's like, I get you. I got it. Don't worry. I understand. Because for me at the time, I was only aware of beard products that smelled good, if that makes sense. Like, beard products that had a smell that was beneficial, um, it wasn't a thing for me yet. Like, I get oils and stuff like that have their own scent, but I was under the impression that this was purposely scented this way, and I just thought it sucked. And he reached out to me and explained to me that pine tar itself is an actual ingredient and not a scent. I was under the impression that pine tar was a scent that he created, and I'm just like, no, that wasn't the case. Pine tar is an ingredient. I can't tell you right offhand what it is and stuff like that. I think it's like, it's something out of a tree or something. I think it's like a sap or something. I'm not quite sure. You can look it up. But anyway, it's an actual ingredient found in nature. And that ingredient is then put into soaps and balms and oils and stuff like that. And believe it or not, it's actually very, very, very beneficial. It can heal psoriasis, it can heal dry skin, it can heal eczema, it can heal all kinds of stuff because it's very moisturizing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's like a really good antibacterial and stuff like that. So it's actually an ingredient, and the ingredient itself gives off this weird pine slash. Sorry, I got gelato on my arm from earlier. It gives off this weird piney slash smoky scent that if you've never been introduced to pine tar before, you wouldn't know. It can be very odd. But once you get past that scent and realize that it's a beneficial ingredient and you kind of just deal with it, it's amazing. Hang on. Sorry, I had to get that up. It was bugging me. But anyway, once you get past the smell and you just completely realize that it's a beneficial ingredient for moisturizing, it's worth it. Fast forward, I find this video online because I'm at the time looking for bars for my beard and stuff like that, soaps. And I forget how I come across it, but I come across this in some way or fashion. And doing like I always do when I come across a new product, I start looking up YouTube videos and doing my research. And I come across a video, like I said, of this guy. If I'm not mistaken, in the video, he's actually at like a beard contest. And he's got like a huge beard. It's not like super long, but it's like way out here and it's bushy and it's very full. And they were asking him like what he uses and stuff like that. And he was saying that this is his secret weapon. That's like he religiously uses this stuff. It's amazing. And I'm like, okay, because like I said, it's not advertised as a beard soap. It's advertised as like a face, body, and hair. It's more or less like, I wouldn't say body wash, but like a body bar, like an all over bar. Because like I said, it's good for dry skin and whatnot. And I was like, okay, well, it's somebody uses it for their beard. And he's got a nice beard and he wins contests with it. I'll give it a shot. And I forget, but at the time, Amazon had like 2 or 3 for like the price of 1 or something. And then I bought a bunch of them. And I've been using them over years. And it's got to the point to where I just have to get them all the time. And now buy it from the company. But, like I said in the beginning, I've been coming back and forth with this soap. Because being that I do reviews, I do try other products here and there when I get them. But I always find that, like, when I review a beard wash or a beard soap, like, I might like it, but I always end up at some point being like, it's just not as good as my pine tar soap. For whatever reason. Like, I can't remember the name of it right offhand, but I've been using this beard wash. And it's a, what is it called? Like a non-stripping wash. I think it's like black soap or something like that. But it's got a lot of oils and stuff like that in it. And I've been using that forever. Because it's non-stripping. And I started noticing, at least for me, and keep in mind, this kind of stuff always differs from beard to beard. If you go over to Dancy Beard's channel, he'll tell you right now not to use this stuff because it's horrible for your beard, because the pH balance is way off and whatnot. Everybody's different. Because to be open and honest, this is a stripping wash. This isn't a non-stripping. It's very stripping. If you use this, it's going to take all the oils. It's going to take all the everything out of your beard, all the wax, everything. But keep in mind, I'm a once a week to once every 2 weeks beard wash kind of guy. Currently, I'm always home. I don't go out in public all that often, so I don't have bacteria and germs and stuff from being around people, or a super dirty job where I'm having to wash my beard all the time. I do my beard once a day. My beard routine currently is I just use oil and balm in the morning, and then that's it. I used to use stuff at night before bed, but I've got really bad allergies, and I just started noticing that if I put stuff in my beard and go to bed, it gets all over my pillow, and then it ends up affecting my eyes and my allergies and stuff. So I stopped doing it at night. But yeah, so keep that in mind. I put stuff all in my beard all through the week. And depending on how often I'm putting it in and how gunky my beard feels, I'll either wash it once a week or once every 2 weeks, always on Fridays. So for someone like me that's putting wax and stuff in my beard every day, sometimes up to 2 weeks at a time, having something like this that is stripping is beneficial, because again, I'm only doing it once a week or once every 2 weeks. So when you do finally do that wash, you want everything to be removed. You want all that wax buildup. You want all the oils and stuff. Because for me, at least, I've noticed that when I use beard products, regardless of what company, regardless of what I'm using, always, especially through here, I get acne. That's why you see like these random bumps and stuff like that. I get acne. Never through here, weirdly enough. But yeah, always through like in here. And then sometimes in my beard through here. I'll get bumps, especially like big hard ones that are just super sore. I'm sure y'all know what I'm talking about. And I've noticed that when I was using the non-stripping wash with all the oils and stuff in it once a week, it wasn't doing anything. Like my beard would feel good, it would feel clean and blah blah blah. But I would still notice that I'd still get those bumps and I'd still have breakouts. And I started thinking, well, maybe it's because it's not stripping all that out. Not only that, but I also noticed that my beard would feel dry. And I started thinking maybe that wash isn't getting all the wax and stuff out. So I started thinking like, well, maybe I need something a little bit more stripping. So I went back to this soap again. And no frizziness, no static, no extra crap in my beard. And like I said, it's got pine tar in it. It's a pine tar soap. So it's stripping in the sense that it gets everything out of your beard and cleans your skin, but it's not stripping in the sense of like a Castile soap or whatever. Like it's pine tar. So pine tar is moisturizing. So not only is it going to moisturize the skin underneath, but it's going to moisturize the hair because it's a pine tar soap. So if you're thinking, well, I don't want to use a stripping wash that's going to strip everything out and leave my skin dry, this stuff gets rid of psoriasis and eczema and all kinds of dry skin issues. So if anything that's going to help, it's just like I said, going to basically take your beard from having a bunch of products in it to nothing at all. But it's not going to leave you feeling dry underneath. Now, I say that also to keep in mind, everybody is different. Because like I said, Dancy Bearded will sit here and tell you, this is super stripping, don't use this. And I'm not like getting on him or anything like that or calling him out. I'm just saying, there's people that listen to him and that's fine. But I'm also the kind of person that will tell you everybody's completely different. I've actually had this conversation with him and he told me I was crazy and told me that I should wash my beard 2 or 3 times a week with a non-stripping wash because it's disgusting and blah, 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 blah. And that if I use this stuff, my beard's going to be super frizzy and staticky and all kinds of stuff. And it's like, well, the weird thing is when I use the non-stripping wash, my beard feels dry and full of gunk. When I use this once a week or once every 2 weeks, My beard feels clean. My beard feels moisturized. It feels soft. I don't have any issues. But again, everybody's completely different. And even he admitted as well, though, yes, this is completely fine for once a week. And that's what I use it for. But also, another reason I like it, I also use it as a shampoo bar. I personally, especially in the wintertime, I suffer from dry skin, dry scalp. A lot of my childhood, I thought I had dandruff until I got probably 18 or 19, and then I realized it was dry skin and not dandruff. So I started using like a lot of shampoos and conditioners with like oils and stuff in it, and it helps. But in the winter, nothing helps, like at all. Doesn't matter how much conditioner I use. It doesn't matter how much oil I use. It's so dry, and I'm still gonna have flake issues. So I started thinking when I started using this, it says it's face, body, and hair. I've never used a bar soap on my head. Well, why not? Because this is the kind of bar that once you use it, you're going to be feeling squeaky clean. Your scalp, your skin, and everything's going to feel super clean. You know what I mean? Like if you suffer from, I have a weird scalp. My scalp gets super oily super fast, but still flaky. It makes no sense. So I started using this because, like I said, it heals dry skin, psoriasis, and all that kind of stuff. So I was like, what's going to hurt? You know what I mean? Started using it, went away. Now I do have random bouts of dry skin here and there because it's winter and I live in a house with no heat. So the air is super dry. But I found that when I use this once a week on my hair, when I do my beard, I do my head, I shampoo my beard and my hair, and then I use conditioner on my head. Also, keep in mind, I don't use beard conditioner ever, so yeah, I found out that I break out really bad if I use beard conditioners. But once I use this on my head, I'll rinse it out, and then I'll put some conditioner in. I use a very, very, very oily conditioner for wintertime. I think it's called Palmer's coconut and something else nut or something. It's some kind of nut, and I can't remember, but it's coconut oil and something else. But I use that right afterwards, and then I'll use the conditioner every other day to keep my scalp moisturized, and I have no issues. What I like about it is, with me using the super oily conditioner, it makes my scalp over time oily. This gets it completely clean. Like it's so clean that when you're done, your hair's squeaky clean. Like it's clean. But yeah, in a bar of this, it's lasted me 6 months to a year. Like it is amazing. You can use this on your body. I mean, it's for that, but I'm not a bar soap kind of guy when it comes to that. I travel too much to need this for my body, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not a huge fan of the scent still. I remember the first time I bought this stuff and put it in the bathroom, my wife looked for like 2 days to try to figure out why our bathroom smelled smoky. Because it's different and it's pungent. Yeah. And my wife couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out either because when you get it in the box and smell it, it just kind of smells piney with a little bit of smoke. But you set it in the shower and walk away, as long as you've got that in there, your bathroom's going to smell smoky. So just letting you know, like if you're wondering why your bathroom smells weird, it's this. But I only use it once a week, so it doesn't really bother me. But I just couldn't see using this on my body. Get me wrong. If I was using it on my body, it'd probably be amazing because I have dry skin through here and through here. I don't know if you can see it, but I got like this little red patch right there. It's bad in real life, but I don't know if the camera will pick it up right there. I don't know. It'd probably be beneficial. But in my mind, it just feels gross using a bar of soap on my body. I don't know. I've just always been that kind of way. But for my beard and hair once a week, I'm not worried about it. And plus, it's like $4.50 to $5 for one of these bars. And I can use the same bar for, like I said, 6 months to a year. So just keep it. I keep mine. I have an old house, so I have a clawfoot tub, and the clawfoot tub is up against an old window. So what I do is we have shower curtain all the way around it, and I keep my bar soap in the windowsill on a soap saver, because if you keep any kind of like natural soap or something like that in the shower, it's going to stay mushy. It's going to get bacteria. The healing properties are going to wear off. You don't want it. You don't want it sitting in like a little hole in the shower, and like one of those little things against the shower wall or something, where it can get hit with water every time someone takes a shower. You want it somewhere that you're going to use it once or twice or whenever you use it, and then when you put it back on the thing, it's going to be dry by the next day, and it's going to stay that way until you use it again. So keep that in mind. But yeah, it works for me. Apparently, it works for other people. I've recommended it to a few people, and I've never had anybody come back and be like, "This stuff sucked." They've always came back and told me that they were appreciative that I recommended it because it fixed their problems. I've actually recommended it to a buddy of mine recently that suffers badly with psoriasis, and I look forward to seeing what he says. But yeah, if you want, I can tell you the ingredients. Sodium palmate, sodium cocoate, sodium palm kernel alate, water, glycerin, Pinus severitas wood bark, which I think is the pine tar, sodium chloride, sodium gluconate, tetrasodium glutamate diacetate, and then it says there's Rainforest Alliance certified. Apparently this stuff has been around forever. Like, I think this is like a vintage brand. Even when I started buying these, the box didn't look like this. This is more of a recent logo to me. But I've had it so long, you probably can't even tell, but the box is even covered in dust. Like, I've had this forever. Absolutely love it. It's one of my favorites. Like I said, I'll randomly try some other products here and there. I'm looking forward to a new product from one of my favorite beard companies. I'm not going to leak anything because it's not my decision. But looking forward to a product from them that'll probably end up replacing this. But yeah, I've used stuff from several other companies, and some of them are good, don't get me wrong, but I just find for the price of this, availability of this, and the benefits of this, I haven't found anything better. You know, I've used some that smell better, or some that wash just as good, but they don't leave you as moisturized, and it's just never the same. This has got everything I want, and it's a good price. So, I guess that'll sum up everything about this video. Until next time, stay blessed, be blessed, and on to the next video.